Hi there, my beautiful Thrivers. Welcome back to another video with Thriving in Chaos. If you're new here, welcome. You've just clicked on one of my WTF Wednesday videos, which stands for Weekly Tracking of Finances, not what you think, in which I go over my online expenses over the past week and replace the money from my sinking fund envelopes if needed. If you've ever been curious how the envelope system works with online purchasing and using your debit card, then this is the video for you, because this is how I do it. I don't know that it's the perfect method, but it is working for me. I am using this series on my channel to keep me accountable to going over my online purchases and replacing the money back in the bank that I have spent. So my channel is primarily about my journey using this cash envelope system and budgeting. I started probably around March, April of this year, so not even a year of doing this, and I've already seen incredible results. I hope that you stick around and watch me do my thing, and consider hitting that subscribe button and joining my family. I'd love to have you. So whether you're here for inspiration or motivation or just simply entertainment, thank you for being here. And if you're already one of my subscribers, hi, how you doing? I missed you guys. This week has been extremely busy because if you follow me, you know I have a graduation party that I have been planning for this weekend. So it has been taking up a lot of my time. So I apologize in advance if this video seems a little bit rushed, but I have a lot of stuff to do today. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we need to begin this process is my expense tracker sheets. Yep, so we still have a little bit of July left in this green box here and into August, so I had to pull them both. If this is your first time watching, I should go ahead and explain that my weeks go from Wednesdays to Tuesdays. That's why they are all color coordinated and blocked off this way. It's just easier for me to do this on Wednesdays, so I've blocked my weeks off from Wednesdays to Tuesdays. So we'll be working primarily with the week of the 28th through August 3rd. And any online expenses that we did in that amount of time, we will write down here, and then we'll go through them in a more detailed way to see if I need to replace with cash in my envelopes. So I'm going to get right into what our expenses were. On the 28th, we did have one expense, and that was at CVS. We needed some medication, and honestly, we usually use our health savings card for it, but not to call my husband out or anything, he lost the card, so we have to get a replacement. We're waiting for that to show up. In the meantime, needed some meds, so that's going to come out of our medical. Now I finally have a reason to use the medical. Who knew? The next purchase was on the 29th. There's actually two. One was at Walmart. Oh yeah, this is definitely weird writing this way. I'm going to turn it just a little bit. Walmart, and this was actually for my daughter, for her to get some clothing because she was going to help her father during the festival on Saturday, and she needed some like clothes, you know, some shorts and stuff because it's super hot here. And then the other purchase was at Lowe's, and that was for $88.75, and this is for some mosquito repellent because the mosquitoes are so bad this year, like so bad. So we sprayed our entire front yard and front porch and everything. Like, it's ridiculous. Not sure where this is going to come out for because this is not something we were expecting, so it may just come out of our account buffer, but we'll go from there and work on that. And that'll do it for July. So we actually have 2 no spend days here. So that means we get to put a sticker on it. No spin there. And no spin there. And that will do it for the month of July. We have successfully tracked our entire month of online expenses. I'm really proud of myself, and I appreciate all of those who have been watching this and following along. You didn't have to. I really just needed this to be an accountability, and I appreciate that some of you appreciate it. So we'll move on to the last half of the week, and that's in August. And we did not have any purchases on the 1st, so that means we get a star. But we did have a purchase on the 2nd. Publix, always have to have our return trips to Publix. This was for $54.82. And then I did make another purchase, and this is going to sound totally weird, but it's on the M&M's store, and it was for $102.97. Let me explain. Okay, yes, I bought $102.97 worth of M&M's. Okay, I wanted black and gold M&M's. So yes, I went a little out. It's for the graduation party. I need them. They're going to look so cute. And then I had two purchases on the 3rd. The first one being Amazon. More stuff for the graduation party. This was super needed. Top secret reason, but maybe I'll talk about it after the party. And then Hobby Lobby. This was actually a birthday present. We found the perfect birthday present for my daughter. And don't worry, we already gave it to her because it's just way too big to hide. And, you know, honestly, they're teenagers now. Yes, her birthday isn't until the end of August, like the 26th here. But, you know, she can use it now. And like I said, it's so big, we would have had a hard time trying to hide it from her. So we made a deal that we'd just give her her birthday present a little early, but we could not pass up this deal for it. It was 50% off, so that's really good. So now that we have all of our expenses plugged in, what I like to do is plug them into my tracker here, and you can just enjoy watching me write them out. So now that we've got this all plugged in, we're going to go through the process of accounting for these things. So the way that this works, if you're new to this type of system or just new to my channel and how I do things, I have an account buffer in my account that's always there. I don't disclose the amount, but it's there, so I can use that buffer to go ahead and purchase things before having to go and deposit money from my envelopes to cover costs. So I will just use the account buffer to buy those things, but then every Wednesday I come through and I replace that cash with the cash in my envelopes that I've saved for those purposes. I also have a grocery buffer, which is completely separate from the account buffer. It is money that I put in every 2 weeks, specifically for groceries over a 2-week period, and I keep track of that. It is all online because I do most of my grocery shopping online, so it makes more sense for me to just leave that money there. So it's a grocery buffer, money specifically for groceries only. And then my sinking funds, of course, is the cash that's in my binders that I use to replace all of this. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's start at the top. We have medical, and this is in my savings binder. So let me grab that, which is here. Now I know that I'm probably not going to have $9 or $8 because I don't keep change like that in here. But we'll see what we have. We have a 5. We have a 20. So what I'll do is I'll pull a 20 and see if I can't make change by the end of this. Put this off to the side. So I will need to come up with, so $8 from 20, that's 12. So I need to eventually have $12 and change to replace back in there. But for now, we can account for this. And now we will move on to the next, which is clothing. And that is in my short-term binder, which is here. And we're just gonna flip on over to clothing, which is right here. And we need $23. All right, so 25. And I'll fill out the tracker after the video just to save time. So 25, that is $2 over. I'll put that right there. 22.89. Okay. I decided to use my account buffer from here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that this is what is coming from the account buffer. There's some things I don't mind it coming from that, you know, and then I will just eventually replace it back, you know, no big deal. Now, the groceries, that is $54.82. which is in my revolving binder, and as I said, everything is online, so I do use prop bills to keep track of it, just like I do all the other cash, just so I know what is in my bank account specifically for groceries. So we're going to do 55 from here. That's a 50 and a 5 that I'll take out. And now my groceries still has 100, 200, 25, 26, which is the most I've ever had before payday. 226. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down here since this is the only groceries we had. So we took out $54.82. Left we have $226. Which means we accounted for $54.82. Done. Now we need to go into grad party, which is in my kids' savings binder. Now this is where we might run into issues with more making change. $102.97. plus 42.27 is 145.24. Now we've already spent some money out of here, but I paid for cash, so you won't see that on here. This is just for online expenses only. So we need 145.24. I'm just going to do 145. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, and of course no change. Okay, we can replace this. Okay, so now we have 10, 15, 16, 17 left in grad party, which is fine because the party is in 3 days and we are pretty much done with buying things. So we accounted for 102.97 and the 42.27 here. And then the last thing I have is K birthday, which is in my kid's binder. Right here. And we spent 144.44. I know we don't have crazy amounts of change here. 100, 10, 20, 30, 40. Do I have another 5 in here maybe? That would be a no. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make some change somewhere, somehow. So let me figure that out. So 1 second. Alright, so I got change. I know 12 goes back to medical. 6 goes to my daughter. And then 2, I think, to grad party. And it sounds good. So that's what I'm going to go with. So 1, 2, 3, and $6. 306 goes back in there. $2 will go back into grad party. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And 12 will go back into medical. So now medical has 20, 30, 35, 36, 37. And all change has been made. Let's hope we did this correctly. Sorry, I like to have my envelopes open. Alright, so let's see that we did everything correctly. I think we did, yeah, let's do this. Alright, so here's the cash. So we know we took the $88.75 from our account buffer, the $54.82 from our groceries buffer, and now I need to know how much I took out of my cash envelopes. So in my hands is 120, 40, 60, 80, 220, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 310, 320. So $320. Now I want to calculate all of these up just to make sure that we've got the correct amount of money. $3.20.80. I can toss in $1 here. I'll take it from grad party since I didn't really know where to put those two. And that way we cover that. So, $321. Alright, so total spent this week. So let's just go ahead and calculate that up, which is everything here. So total spent this week was $464.34. And it was a green week, so we'll go with a green highlighter to circle. And just to make sure we have everything covered one last time, because I gotta make sure that I have enough in my bank. Yeah, plenty. So this money will go in my back to the bank envelope, which is here, right here. And what I'll end up doing is just repurposing this money, since I'm about to make a withdrawal anyway for our full-time paycheck. So I'll just subtract this amount from what I withdraw, essentially depositing it back in, if that makes sense. So that'll do it for this week. Thank you guys for joining me. Just to look, we did have one want, which was clothing. I could have put it as a need, but it really wasn't a need. It was something that she wanted, just so she could keep cool. But $464.34 was this week's total. We did spend a bit more, but that is because birthday and graduation party, you know, this is how the story goes. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't make it too complicated or too sped through, but I do have a lot to do to get ready for my son's graduation party this weekend. I hope you guys have a blessed week. And also a disclaimer, I know that I usually do my cash stuffing on Fridays because, you know, we get paid on a Friday, but I may have to push it. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to do it because the graduation party is on Saturday, so it may drop on Sunday. I'm not really sure. I have a lot to do. It just depends on what I get done. Anyway, guys, I will either see you on Friday or Sunday. I hope you guys have a blessed week, and I will see you in the next video whenever that drops. And as always, until next time, bye.